When did dwarfy orange magicians become sexy? I don't care how many supermodels you date. Paul Daniels, that's a magician, right? He does a thing and nothing happens and everyone's bored and they go home. That's it. When did sex enter into it? And of all the supermodels to date, the ultimate Uber model, Claudia Schiffer, that Nazi heifer. Hitler Youth poster Floraline. The whole supermodel thing is completely perplexing to me. When did we start venerating people for being genetically predisposed to having slim thighs, ladies and gentlemen? She opened a restaurant in New York City with Naomi Campbell, who I understand is a very nice person. Tremendous author. And Elle Macpherson, and we all know Elle Macpherson's nickname, The Body. Notice it's not Elle, the voracious reader Macpherson. Elle, hey, get off the internet, let's go and party, Macpherson. They opened a restaurant in New York City. I thought that was the death of irony as we know it. Supermodel, restaurant, supermodel, place where food is prepared and eaten by hungry people. What happens now? Keanu Reeves opens up an acting school? It doesn't make sense. What do supermodels know about food? They haven't eaten since 1979. They've heard the rumors. There was a picture of them in Hello magazine, which, by the way, is the greatest magazine of all time. If you ever take a train trip out of Edinburgh, if you live here and you're taking a train trip out, which is to be fervently suggested, because as lovely as Edinburgh is, there are places where they don't deep fry everything. It's called flavor, and you're going to freak when you experience it. This is so spicy. What is it? It's called salt. Must be the devil's work. You must buy a Hello magazine. Although, hello doesn't really begin to describe what you get. How about Rich, Ugly, Color Photo Bible? Would that be a little closer to the mark? If you feel bad about yourself, if you're having low self-esteem, you don't feel like you're intellectual enough, I suggest you pick up a Hello magazine and just flip through glorious page after page of Melanie Griffith on the Côte d'Azur. Polly Yates partying with Yasmin Laban will make you feel like an intellectual titan, ladies and gentlemen. Suddenly your life is in fine perspective after reading. And royalty, page after page of delicious royalty. Now royalty, by virtue of the fact of having shagged like every farm animal on the premises and every family member who couldn't skitter away fast enough for the last couple of 100 years, all have that fabulous genetic predisposition. You know, no chin, huge ears, Waterworld gills. There's millions of them. Who knew how many were left? And it's always them in front of the honest, hard-working people of this shire have spilt their blood for thousands of years so that this rich, ungrateful, lazy fuck could live in everlasting glory because their great-great-great-great-great-grandfather blew Charles II. Hello. Says there's a picture of the supermodels eating at the opening of their restaurant. Eating. Supermodels eating. What a photo opportunity, man. Now, I grant you, if it was a picture of you and I eating, you wouldn't want it taken, man. I'm talking about when you're at home, You know, really eating. Not when you're in public pretending you have manners and stuff. And, you know. I'm talking about when you're at home, when, like, the survival instincts kick in. And you cannot cram food into your gaping pie hole fast enough. I'm talking about when you're at home, relaxed. Week-old Chinese food around you on the floor. 2-day-old tin of lager, Cadbury Roses spilled, Baywatch way too loud. Not exactly a colorful photo op at that point. How many people make this Leviathan effort to take ice cream out of the bucket when they get it home and scoop it into a bowl before you cram it down your maw? How many people enact this mighty labor, O Hercules? No fucking way, with your feet. It's funner that way. We're humans. We're not supermodels. We eat all the time. If you could taste with your butt, if you could eat ice cream with your ass, you would just walk by the dairy case. Because we're people. We have, you know... Now, Claudia's not eating in the picture, much to her credit. She's got her teeth closed. She's going, no fucking way. Nothing gets through this wall of SS Ivory, you know. Including David's penis. It's a business arrangement. Now, they're not here. You don't know them. Let's have some fun at their expense, shall we? Okay? Before the uptight barometer gets any higher here. The people, whoa! Nobody knows them. They're not here. I think everything will be okay. What would happen if a supermodel came into the room and heard me dissing them? What would be the possible consequence? Hey, that was bad. I'm going to fire jets of sarcasm toward the stage, you know, pull off a many adjective string of abuse in my direction. I don't fucking hardly think so. So, the average woman, and I mean woman, who has an ass and hips, because supermodels all have that weird look like they were just a sperm that kept on going, you know. Huge eyes, right? No body. Like Christopher Walken in Communion. The average woman is 5'2" and weighs 125 pounds. Now groove on this, munchkats. The average supermodel is 5'10" and weighs 105 pounds. The average woman has an IQ of 130. The average supermodel has a bag of nuts and some potpourri. Now, there's an article with David and Claudia in Hello Magazine. Now, David, again, the fulcrum of pure evil in the universe, focusing evil like an enormous lens. Because magicians are vile and awful, and they're the worst entertainment that's ever provided, ladies and gentlemen. And for those of you Veal Calf supporters out there who are also magic fans who are going, no, they're not. I like magicians. Fuck you, you're wrong. And I will explain why in graphic, livid detail. Now, magicians do things in front of an audience that they've learned over the years practicing alone in their room without any people around. And they perform things on stage in front of you that if someone came up to you on the street and did, you would run away from screaming. If you're on the street and a guy came out and went, hey, look, I'm pulling 2 rings apart. Fuck you, get away from me, weirdo. Look, I'm pouring milk into a newspaper cone. God, you're a loser. Kill yourself, baby. Look, there's a rope and I'm cutting it and now they're fuck you, I've got a life. I've got things to do. Police, there's a weirdo pouring milk in a cone with a rope.